Hello, thank you for watching this video. So on this video, we're doing question 7 of November 2024 question paper mathematics paper 1. And the topic is financial mathematics. So question 7 reads as follows. They are saying, 7.1, Mary's grandparents deposited 5,000 into a savings account on the day that she was born. The account pays interest at a rate of 6.8% per annum compounded quarterly. They want us to calculate the accumulated amount in this account on Mary's 16th birthday. So, we have Mary's parents. They deposited how much? They deposited 5,000 into a savings account on the day that Mary was born, right? And this account earns interest of what? Of 6.8%, right? Per annum, compounded quarterly. So what does this mean? It means that the interest rate on that account is 6.8% a year, right? But that 6% a year is divided over quarters of a year, which is divided, because in a year there are 4 quarters, which is divided over 4 times for the course of the year, right? So which means this interest rate is 0.068, right? This is a percentage, right? This percentage is divided over four quarters. So which means you at the end of the year you get 6.8% per annum, right? But it's compounded quarterly, which means you are gaining interest each quarter. So which means how much interest are you gaining each quarter? It will be that divided by 4, so that you can spread it out all over those quarters. So the answer to this is the interest rate that you'll be getting, or the amount of interest that your money will be getting each quarter, right? No problem. And then now, how long was this amount left in that account? It was left there for 16 years, right? No problem. So now what do you say? So okay, N, what is N? N is not the number of years. In this case, N is the number of compounding periods, which means how many times did our investment get interest, right? So in 1 year, you will get interest 4 times. In 2 years, it will be 8 times. In 3 years, it will be 12 times. In 4 years, it will be 16 times, because each year you are gaining interest 4 times. Because you are told that this account pays an interest rate of 6.8% per annum each quarter. So how many quarters are in 16 years? So the answer to that will be the number of times at which you are going to gain interest. So in that case, you have 16 years. In that 16 years, you are gaining interest 4 times each year. So the answer to this will be the number of compounding periods, which means how many times did your account gain interest? So 16 times 4, that's 64, which means your account over 16 years will gain interest over 64 times, which means there are 64 quarters in 16 years. So what we want, we want the accumulated amount, right? So you know your accumulated amount is equal to P into 1 plus I, all raised N, where A is the accumulated amount, P is the principal amount, which is the amount that was originally interested. I is the interest rate per compounding period, and N is the number of compounding periods. So in this case, it's easy. Say our A is equal to P, which is 5,000. 1 plus I is the interest rate per compounding period, which is 0.068, right? Over 4, all raised by 64. Therefore, an answer to this will be the amount that will be on that savings account at the end of 16 years. So let's go and find how much money will be on that savings account after 16 years. So the amount that will be there at the end of 16 years, it will be 14,706.56. So that will be the amount that will be on that savings account at the end of 16 years. That's the amount. So, we move on. Okay, so now we're doing 7.2. 7.2 reads as follows. They are saying after 4 years, the value of a printer was half of its original value. Determine the rate at which the value of a printer depreciated over this period, if the depreciation was calculated according to the straight line method. Right? No problem. So we have a straight line method depreciation, which is, this is equal to P into 1 minus IN. Right? So we had the principal amount of this printer being P, right? And then now it depreciated on a straight line basis, right? And depreciated to half its initial amount. So its initial amount was whatever that was, that was its principal amount. And then now its book value A, because book value, when you're talking about depreciation, A here is not an accumulated amount. It is the book value of that asset. So a book value is the value of an asset after it has depreciated, after depreciation has been taken into account, right? So which means after it has depreciated, the price now was half of the original amount. So which means the initial amount, principal amount was P, which is the book value now of that printer was half that of the initial amount. So they told you that this happened over a period of 4 years. And the N here is the number of years, which is 4 years. Right? So they want you to find the rate of depreciation, I. They want you to find that I. So it's easy. So okay, A is equal to half P over 2 is equal to P into 1 plus I, which is what? I, which is what you're looking for, times 4. It should be minus here, sorry. Then, what do we do? Divide by P, divide by P. So this and that go away, this P and that P go away. So you're left with 1 over 2 is equal to 1 minus 4i. Take this to the other side, negative half is equal to negative 4i. Then divide by 4, divide by 4. Get that your I is equal to 1 over 8. Therefore, multiply this by 100. You get that your rate of depreciation is equal to what? That times 100. So it's going to be 1 over 8 times 100, which is 12.5% per annum. So this was the average rate of depreciation over that 4-year period. So we're done with 7.2. Now we'll move to 7.3. So what are they saying at 7.3? At 7.3, they are saying Tshepo was granted a loan of 100,000 on 1 March 2022 at an interest rate of 13.5% per annum compounded monthly. They are saying Tshepo agreed to repay this loan over 5 years in monthly installments of 2,398 cents starting on 1 April 2022. Okay, let's read this thing again. They are saying our friend Tshepo was granted a loan of 100,000 on March 2022, on 1st March 2022, at an interest rate of 13.5% per annum compounded monthly. Tshepo agreed to repay the loan over 5 years in monthly installments of 2,398 cents, starting on 1 April 2022. So they are asking us to calculate the total interest he will pay over 5 years. So they want us to calculate the total interest that Tshepo will pay over 5 years. Fine. So if you're paying, so our friend Tshepo is paying monthly. So if he is paying monthly, how many times will he pay over 5 years? So in 1 year, there are 12 months, right? In 2 years, we have 24 months. In 3 years, we have 36 months. In 4 years, we have 48 months. And in 5 years, we have 60 months. So Tshepo will make 60 payments of 2,300 rands and 98 cents. Right? So there will be 60 of those deposits. So how much money will he have paid into that account when he's done? That's what you need to know. Because we're saying now, the number of deposits the number of deposits, it will be of 5 years, and there will be 12 each year. So there will be 60 deposits. And the amount that is paying each month, is how much? Is 2,300 rands 98 cents. So if you want the total amount that you have deposited in that account, you multiply this amount by the number of deposits, because he will deposit 60 of these amounts. So the total amount paid is how much? It will be 60 times the 2,398 cents, right? Therefore, the total amount paid will be an answer to that. So let's find what that answer is. So it's 60 times 2,300.98. So the amount that we will have paid after 5 years will be 138,058 rand 80 cents. So this is the amount that he will have paid into that account. Look, it's 38,000 more than what he initially borrowed, or he was loaned. He was loaned 100,000. So whatever that is extra there will be interest, right? Because when you pay back the loan, you pay the original amount and its interest. So if you want to know, you know that the initial loan amount, right? The loan amount was what? Was 100,000. So if you want to know the interest, it should be the difference between the total amount that the total amount paid back into the bank minus the amount that he was borrowed. So I think your interest should be that 138 and 58 rand 80 cents minus 100,000, which is minus the initial amount that he got from the bank. Then the difference between the two is what? Is your interest, which means the amount of interest paid is what? Is 38,058.80. So this is the amount of interest that he repaid into the bank. That's the interest. So now we move on to 7.3.2. 7.3.2. What are they saying? 7.3.2. At 7.3.2, they're saying Otsepo paid 22,398 rands 98 cents. Which is his monthly installments, and an additional 20,000 on 1 March 2024 into the loan account. He continues to pay the original monthly installment thereafter. How many months earlier will he repay the loan? Let me read this thing again. They are saying Tepo paid 22,398 rands. They are saying Tepo paid 22,300 rands 98 cents, which is his monthly installment, and an additional 20,000 on 1 March 2024 into the account. He continues to pay the original installment thereafter. How many months earlier will he repay the loan? So here's what is happening, right? So let's have a timeline here, like this. This is what? This is when the loan was taken, right? So this was when the loan was taken. Let's say minus 100,000, right? And this is the first of what? This is the 1st of March 2022 here. This is when the loan was taken. And then he started paying month later, which is like 2,398 cents a month later, and so on. And then we're told that at some point, maybe here, he paid how much? At this point, he paid 22,398 rands. So this is the amount that he paid at some point. And what is this point? This point is called what? 1 April right? It's called 1 March 2024. So here, at this point here, on 1 March 2024, he paid this amount into that loan account, which means he paid 22,300 rands 98 cents. So this amount is what? If you break it down, is that 2,300 rands 98 cents plus an additional amount of 20,000. That's what they told us. This is what this amount is. So our friend Zebo took a loan for 100,000 on 1 March 2022, right? And then a month later, which is on the 1st of April, he started repaying the loan. Fine. So they're telling us now, on the 1st of March 2024, what did Zebo do? Zebo paid 22,300 rands 98 cents onto that account. So what is that 22,398 rands constitutes? That's 2,398 rands. 2,300 rands 98 cents is made up of that normal monthly repayments of 2,300 rands 98 cents and an additional 20,000 to reduce the loan. Because what happens is that if you pay extra if you have a monthly repayment of 5,000 and you are paying 6,000, the 5,000 will go towards the expected amount, and the extra 1,000 will be a reduction on the loan. So which means whatever the balance was at the end after his payment of 2,300, that 20,000 was reducing that amount. That's what it does. It was just lowering the balance of the loan after his 1st March 2024 payment. So what you need to understand now, if you want to know, so what they're asking us actually here, they're asking us how many months earlier will Tsepo finish the loan. So Tsepo was initially scheduled to finish the loan 5 years, right? From when he took the loan. But now that deposit of 20,000 might or will shorten the duration or at which he will finish the loan. So they want us to know how many months earlier. So what we need to know the balance of that loan after that 20,000 deposit. Once we know the balance of that loan, then we can be able to calculate the number of payments that he have to make, number of 2,300 rands 98 cents payments that he will have to make on the bank in order to actually we need to go and calculate the number of 2,398 rand payments that he will need to make on the bank to finish whatever the balance of the loan was at that point. That's what we need to do. So what we need to do, we need to go and find the balance of the loan at that point, and whatever that balance is, or after that payment, and reduce it by 20,000, which is what the amount extra, and then calculate how much will the remaining balance, how much will it take him to calculate the remaining balance, right? No problem. So how do we do this? We say, okay, we need to know now from here when he started. So this was his first payment, right? What payment is this one? What you need to understand is that we need to know how many deposits he will have made to that. We need to find the position of that deposit. On the 1st of March 2024, what will be that deposit? What will be the position of deposit? Right? Will it be the 20th deposit? Will it be the 17th deposit? And that's what you need to understand. So that's what we need to count. So this is the 1st of March 2022. So now let's count again. So the first deposit was made 1st April, right? 1st May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, right? February, March. So on the 1st of March, that's when the 12th deposit will be made, right? The 1st of March 2023, which is a year from now, 1st of March 2023, that's when the 12th deposit will be made. So now if you're making a deposit on the 1st of March 2024, that is 2 years later. So that deposit will be the 24th deposit. This deposit here. It will be the 24th deposit. So you know that from here, from when he started to when she added that 22,000, that 22,398 rands, 98 cents, that was his 24th deposit, right? No problem. So you need to find the balance of the loan after he placed that 2,300. After he deposited that 2,398, whatever. So to find that, it's okay, the present value of the loan, which is the balance of the loan at this point is called x into 1 minus 1 plus I raised negative n all over I. So this is what we're going to substitute into. And then I'm going to clean the board and then we try to continue. So let me clean this board. Okay, so what we want the balance of the loan after his 24th deposit of what? Of 2,300 rands 98 cents. Right? So we're going to say, okay, the present value is equal to x. What is your x? X are the monthly repayments. I is the interest rate that we're charged. N is the number of outstanding payments, right? And I is the interest rate, of course. So we're going to say, okay, this is 2,300 rands 98 cents into 1 minus 1 plus I. What is your interest rate? The interest rate was charged at what? At 0.135 over what? Over 12. Raise N. What is N? We said we want the balance of the loan here. Right? We want the balance of the loan here. N is the what? N is the number of outstanding deposits, not the number of deposits that are made into the account, which is the number of remaining deposits. So this person is supposed to make how many deposits? This person is supposed to make 60 deposits. And they've made 24 so far. How many deposits are left? Say 60 minus 24. That will tell you that we have the number of remaining deposits, the number of outstanding deposits. Because on the present value, N is the number of remaining deposits. On the future value, N is the number of deposits made. So this person on the 24th, after the 24th payment, the number of outstanding deposits were how many? 36. All over 0.0 or 0.135 over 12. So the balance of the loan after he deposited that 2,300 rands 98 cents was how much? Was the answer to this. So say 2,200 by 98 into 1 minus 1 plus 0.135 over 12 all raised negative 36 all over 0.135 over 12. Which means the balance of the loan was how much? The balance of the loan after his 24th deposit was 67,804 rands 94 cents. So this is the balance of the loan after he made this amount here. But this amount didn't just come on its own. It came together with that 20,000. So if you write, which means after he paid his 2,200, he was left with this much. But now, after he also paid that 20,000, there, which is that extra 20,000, this was reduced by 20,000, which means you had your new future value, which is the new balance of the loan after the 20,000 had entered the account, to be this 67,804.94 minus what? Minus the extra 20,000 that was sent there to reduce the loan. So the new future value of the loan, which is the new value of the loan, was an answer to that. And it was 47,000 rands 804.94. Right? So this was the balance of the loan when after the 2,000 and the 20,000 were deposited into that account. So you need to find how long will it take him to finish this loan now if this person continues to pay that 2,300 into that account. Right? Fine. Let's go. So in that case, we say, okay, PV, which is the present value, is called X into 1 minus 1 plus I raised negative N, which is, we want to know the number of outstanding payments from here all over I. So, in that case, your present value is how much? It's 47,804 cents is equal to 2,300 point 98. I think I've made this thing too big. Let me write this. I don't know why I did. So it's 47,804 rand 94 cents is equal to 2,300.98. 1 minus 1 plus I, which is 0.135 over 12 raised negative n all over 0.135 over 12. So we're trying to find n. What do we do? First cross multiply. This time this, so you have your 47,804 rands 94 cents, right? Times 0.135 over 12 all over 2,398 rand, oh sorry, 2,300 rands 98 cents is equal to 1 minus 1 plus 0.135 over 12 raised negative n, which is the number of outstanding payments. Fine. If we punch this, what do we get? So this times 0.135 over 12 over 2,300.98. So you get this is equal to 0.2337 is equal to 1 minus 1 plus 0.135 over 12 raised negative n. Take this one to the other side. So it will be this minus 1. So minus 1 becomes negative 0.7663 is equal to negative 1 plus 0.135 over 12 raised negative n. Divide by negative on both sides, this becomes positive. So you want to solve this thing, right? Take this down by applying logs. So you apply log this side, log 0.7663, right? Is equal to log 1 plus 0.135 over 12 raised negative n, right? So if you apply log and the exponents come to the front to multiply the front there. So we have log 0.7663 is equal to what? It's equal to negative n log 1 plus 0.135 over 12. So we are trying to find n, right? Divide by negative log 1 plus 0.135 over 12. Divide by the same negative log 1 plus 0.135 over 12. So the negative and the negative go away, and this log and the log go away. We're left with an n is equal to the answer to that. So what do you have? You have log of your answer, which is this, over the negative log of 1 plus 0.135 over 12. What do you get? You get that your n is equal to 23.80 payments, right? These are the number of outstanding payments, right? Actually, let me just leave it as n. So, if you look here, we have a full 23. This 23, this number here, this 23, is telling you that this person will have to make how much? This person will have to make 23 full payments of what? Of 2,300 rands 98 cents. And then, on top of that, the last one will be only 80% of this one. So, this part is only a proportion of this. So, he will pay 2,300% of those, and only 80% of that is the last one. So, the total number of payments that have to be made is this 23 full payments and that 80% proportion of that. which means the total number of payments that had to be made are 24 payments. Which means from here, he will make 24 payments from here, right? Which will bring them to about 48 maybe. So from this 24 payments, he will need to make another 24 more. So from here to here will be 24 more payments, which will bring the person to 48 payments. So which means from the start up until he finishes it will only take them 48 payments. And then they will only be early by whatever the difference is between the two. So what do we say? We say, okay, the person will take, will pay the loan in what? In 24 payments, which is the first one, plus the second 24 payments, which is in 48 payments. But TEP was scheduled to finish the payment after 60 months, which means TEP, how many months is he early? TEP is 60 payments that were expected from him, minus 48 payments. So TEP is 12 months, 12 payments. 12 payments early. But since he was paying monthly, so he is 12 months early. Yeah, that's what I would say. I'll say TEP is 12 months early. He finished paying his loan 12 months early. Because here, this was his 24th payment, right? And after that, he reduced the loan by 20,000, which made him finish the loan in 24 months after this, which is at 48. Then he was only this period early. So he didn't pay that because he was done. And that period is only 12 months. So TEP was 12 months early. That's how I want to look at this thing. And I hope this does make sense to you, as it does to me. Thank you for watching.